Hello, folks.
Hello, guys. I'm afraid that Trina won't make it stand up today. She's on sick leave. But let's start. Last week I didn't make much progress on the Crimson side. I was busy working on Python 3 migration of the GUI suite and some Crimson code reviews. But I will try to focus on the unknown tree implementation in the following week, and hopefully come up with a prototype of the synchronized version of the tree. That's me. Annan.
Yes, hi. So I addressed this last week. I addressed some of the comments made by you and Mark on the CVT pull request. Whenever you have time, look at my comments. I pretty much made all the changes requested. Other than that, I was still debugging some stuff with the CLSLO. Actually, Radoslav was really helping me, and yesterday he made a PR. He opened the PR for fixing that. I don't know if you had a chance to see it or not, but it was basically just fixing some problems for passing the CLSLO test. And I'm gonna try to check these changes locally to see if it works on my machine as well. And then if it does, I can implement CLS log like I was originally planning to implementing the rest of the plugins. So pretty much today is going to be testing the changes made by Radoslav, and then continuing to implement all the plugins. And yeah, that's.
Hey, Josh. Anything you want to share with us?
Hey, I just wanted to join in and we talk a little bit about organization of the project tasks into Trello or GitHub projects, and I don't know if you want to have this discussion now or wait until you're done with going around.
I think we should
probably
wait
we can leave it.
Okay, sure.
Ritek.
Hello. Last week I was busy and on the GCM stuff, but in the second part of the week, I've got a chance to get back to the Crimson, and I've sent a bunch of PRs related to Ceph classes and also to pglog, posting the links. Actually, we got a bunch of regressions. Some of them are fixed, but for others, I need to make some code shuffling. Actually, Abdum has found additional bug related to crafting of the flags field of info. We actually don't check the return code from from message. But fixing this require crafting the response in client request.cc instead of pg.cc. I will make that move. However, I also implemented some support for return vector at the moment at the CLS path, but I'm working to add saving the responses to pglog like in classical OSD. The last PR is here, and in broader context, working on I'm reading through the spewing code for the sake of bug implementation. That's me.
Ritik, do you think it's a good time to add some unit tests to exercise the object class to avoid the further regressions
Well, yeah.
which might be introduced?
I think.
Okay,
How about making some subset of a test run, I mean something like make checkbot, but for Crimson with restricted number of tests.
Sure. I would try to add another task in, probably not another task, just to integrate it into the existing make check. Whenever it's the with Crimson or with C star is enabled, that subset of test will be executed. I will try to work on
Makes
it.
sense. We could introduce some the new target for make check Crimson with test whitelisting.
Sure. Okay. I'll be on it. Thank you. Renan.
Cool. Thanks.
I can't hear you, Ronan. I think.
Neither do I.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, I don't know why it's fixing my volume automatically up and down all the time. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let me know if I stop being heard. I'm working on scrubbing. Have a state machine almost finished. Like I said last week, I'm not very much impressed with the tool we have, but at least for a start, it will do. I hope to have something probably in a week. I hope to have at least a beginning of something working. That's where I am now. And I will probably ask questions off line of some of you regarding what I'm finding in the code in the next few days. So that's it for me.
Thanks, Ronan. And Sam?
Can you hear me?
Clear and loud.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I've been working on some non-Crimson stuff the last couple of days, but I've also made a bunch of progress on the LBA tree. I have the splitting code mostly done, and I'm working on merging now. Yeah. I did have some questions for Radek about the object state op execution one. Have we considered changing the object context so that it's not expensive to save a copy? Like doing a reread.
Do you mean something like optimization of object context? I see.
I mean that we don't
classic...
actually change most things in the object info, do we? Right? So if copying it back is literally more expensive, is this expensive, then maybe we have a problem. Because we have to go through that path when we decode it anyway, right?
Yep, sure. Well, if I recall correctly,
I just want to put this in your head. I just think this solution may be a complicated way of avoiding something we have to fix anyway.
Okay, I will take a look with Profiler and the stuff.
But I would also like to point out that this is not even close to as important as fixing recovery. So if we can do the simple thing now and then come back to it later, that would be even better.
Okay, makes sense. Sam, my proposal is that I will just improve the PR, bringing reread of the object state on failure, and put to-dos there to figure out whether we can decrease the cost of copying for object info for object state. What do you think?
You think that's easier than just saving a copy before you start I/O?
I think so.
Okay. I don't think it is, but either way.
But
That's all.
if it's a pending issue, probably can log it down in a project page or the Trello.
We're talking about a PR.
Makes sense.
Earlier.
Yes, I think if it's that could introduce some performance issues that we could suffer in the future.
Yep.
We might want to log it somewhere.
I will also point out that there is a memory state we have to keep around if a write fails. Like, for instance, if there's a pending watch on the object, you can't just drop the object context, right?
Yeah.
So it may not be
Object
quite so
context.
simple.
Sam, I cannot drop object context, but I can drop object state. Watches are implemented at the level of object context, not object states. Rereading is about object state solely.
Okay. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Johan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Last week,
Not anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just really quiet.
Oh. How about now?
Please go on.
Oh, okay. Last week I was debugging the pglog-based recovery code, and as of now, the manual test seems to be okay. And I'm trying to add some test case, and that goes well too. And I think I can submit the PR, and that's it for me.
Thank you. Looking forward to your PR. Yingxin?
Last week, I'm mostly working to fix the heartbeat connect recept dialog, and it turns out to have a larger impact. It's not just a simple fix, and there are also some messenger support needs to be implemented. So that's the 2 PR I'm working on last week. Yeah, that's all.
Yes, I will review both of them. Josh, do you want to talk about the Trello migration?
Yeah, sure.
Josh?
So, just trying to kind of organize things a little bit, and like looking through the GitHub project, and I like the way you've reorganized the items into different categories, Kifu, and the ability for it to add the summary and detail. Looks like it is there, but like Trello still offers some things that are pretty important, like the ability to assign to somebody to a given task, and more easily tracking things, even though it's more manual, into different milestones rather than just a single done column. I guess another nice thing is the commenting and history on the card, so you can see kind of who changed what, when, and why. You can have a bit more context. So my proposal is to move the existing GitHub project cards into Trello, kind of organized similarly to the Ceph backlog into different categories within Crimson, and kind of manually move cards to a merge column for a given milestone as the PRs get merged. in the main Ceph backlog, we only have kind of categories for different major releases, but since those are a year long, we might consider trying to introduce shorter term milestones as well.
Yes, I think this will help with regarding to the project management and to involve more hands from outside of our organization and more
Yeah,
visible.
that was exactly. And could help a lot with visibility and letting folks who aren't attending this meeting regularly see what's happening in Crimson and where we're going.
So there will be a column of Crimson, right?
So the idea would be that we have a separate board for Crimson with columns similar to the existing project after Kiefer reorganized it. So like one for infrastructure, one for recovery, one for scrubbing, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what we did with Blue Store when it was under development. We had a separate board tracking various internals of Blue Store. And then once Blue Store was kind of mostly finished, then we merged it back into the main Ceph backlog.
Yeah, it must be a separate. It must be a separate board.
Yeah. So does that approach make sense to folks?
We can migrate the existing Kanban to Trello.
The only comment I would add is that we all should feel free to add extra information in the cards.
Yes, it's better to be more verbose than less verbose.
Yeah, exactly.
On the efficiency where sometimes in the current Trello we have like a title that maybe only one person understands, and it would be much more useful if everybody could understand it just by reading the card.
Exactly.
I mean, one Kanban system is much the same as another. If you guys prefer that one, it's fine with me.
All right. In that case, I'll move things over tomorrow before the CDS meeting. And Sam, it would help if you could at some point generate more subtasks for C-Store.
Okay. Will do.
Thanks.
Thanks, Josh and Sam. Any further comments or questions?
Just a quick question to Xishuan. Sorry, am I speaking your name correctly?
Johan, how to pronounce your first name correctly? That's a question.
Xuehan. You cannot hear me, right?
We can hear you
now it's better. But
Xuehan, is that it?
Yeah. Xuehan.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask whether the code, the recent changes to the pglog based recovery are available at your GitHub. I would love to pick them into my branch.
Oh, okay. I just I thought, and I think I can send the branch address to the mail to the mail list.
That would be cool.
Okay. I'm using the phone, so I can send the address now. So
No worries.
I'll send it out later. Okay, okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, thank you guys, and talk you next week, and have a good day and have a good night.
See you.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.